London, home to over 8 million people, and an attraction to almost 20 million visitors a year. It may not look like it, particularly during the day, but this bustling city is home to thousands of different wildlife species. When the street's empty, foxes can be readily seen across much of the city. And a hotspot for hundreds, if not thousands of other species, is Richmond Park, which provides 955 hectares of grass and woodland for over 600 red and fallow deer, as well as a host of other species. This short composition takes you through a year in the park. Early mornings in January and February in the park can provide beautiful and crisp conditions and the opportunity to see majestic stags in the snow and the frost before they shed their antlers in March or April, a process they undergo annually. It's not uncommon to see the red deer testing their strength at this time of year. These young deer have recently witnessed their first rutting season, and although they haven't taken part, they're eager to get some practice in for the coming years and will start asserting their dominance. Winter is also a fantastic time to view the park's wonderful array of bird life. With less leaves on the trees, both species of woodpecker, greater spotted and green, are commonly seen, along with blue tits, jays and stonechats, to name a few. One species which is particularly hard to miss is the noisy and non-native parakeet. These colourful birds were released without permission in London and have become accustomed to the climate and made their home in the big city. They have spread and multiplied to the point where they now pose a threat to native species who are facing competition for tree holes where they make their nests. This includes woodpeckers and owls, the latter of these being a far more elusive but not uncommon sight in Richmond Park. At last, bluebells signal the start of spring and the weather is starting to warm up. The park's wildlife population expands for a brief period as all manner of young species enter the world for the first time. Cygnets and goslings are the first on view. The park may appear to be a safe place to grow up, but many youngsters won't survive their first few weeks. Predation from foxes, domestic dogs and cats, and birds, as well as late cold spells, can quickly signal the end of a very short life. Before long, temperatures rise and early summer arrives, along with the sight of young fawns. At this age, they have white spots which help camouflage them in the long grass. You may spot them alone, but they're not in danger and should not be disturbed. their mother will return soon. If you're lucky, you may also come across a young little owl, still learning the art of balance. The partly diurnal little owl who spends lots of time hunting during daylight hours, or perching on branches and soaking up the sun's warmth, can be best seen in spring and early summer, as the days are longer and they spend time feeding their chicks. Summer sees the growth of the youngsters, who will soon lose their white spots, and the adult antlers will almost be fully grown once more in preparation for the upcoming rutting season. Kestrels can be seen hunting over the long grass, and egrets will stock up on fish from the main lakes. Late summer is the calm before the storm. As the leaves begin to fall, the mood changes and the deer rut commences. Stags can be heard roaring through the park, marking their territory and warning off any rival males. This lasts only for a few weeks, but it's quite possibly the most spectacular time of year in the park.